Messages, and there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That better. That better. I guess. Boy. Afternoon, Mr. Beecher. Second cup of coffee. Oh. Catastrophe. Slide you over. That way you can't do that again. There we go. Mr. Crosby, how are you today? Hello, everyone. Yeah, the whole three of us. What the hell, right? Feeling better. Each day is a little better. The main effects quit Saturday-ish morning, but the weakness is what's getting me. I don't know. It's like it really sucked the life out of me. Each day is a little better. Yesterday I was kind of like, felt really good after the live and everything, started doing things, and within 20 minutes of doing things, I was like, I just didn't have it. So hopefully today's a little better. I don't know what the hell it was, some kind of bug, some kind of shit, but what can you do? When you have grandchildren, you get everything they get and more. Don't forget the mouse in my pocket. I got a mouse in my pocket. Bet you can't guess what I got in my pocket. Big badass, man. Imagine if they made these things 40 years ago. Pocket clip. Could have started a whole new revolution. Hey, Robert Willoughby, what's going on, brother? Revolution. So, as we were talking yesterday, a lot of you guys, for those of you who weren't there, as you know, our live on Sundays, it's about knives, but it's also about people in the community and what's going on in the community, what's going on with people in the community. And we like to hear what you guys have to say, and we feed off you guys. So as we were discussing, what our channel, Barbie's channel, basically is what I'm talking about. In the future, we're in directions of where we're going. A lot of people said what Barbie has said for a while, and that people just like to come in and just bullshit, interact, not just sit and watch a show or some bullshit. So we're like, oh yeah, hey Leon, what's up, man? How's everything overseas? Hope the wine's still flowing. As long as they don't cut the wine off, man, everything's good, right? So anyway, which is what she said a long time ago. I want my channel to be where everybody's just sitting around the living room bullshitting about the knives or whatever, And that's kind of what everybody said. So, and then on top of that, it was a story. Each week, a history of a knife or a knife situation, which is a really cool idea. So as I stated yesterday, I'll do one on the history of the buck 110-ish, the buck 110, 112, whatever the hell they got going on now. So for the rest of the week, I will be investigating into that. I do have one good story already that come out of the realm of the buck phenomena, because it was a phenomenon when the buck 110 hit. I watched a documentary a few months back about that, and yeah, there's some really good good shit about it. So anyway, moving on from that. Oh, hello, I got another cold steel. Oh, hey, Bonnie, what's up? Cold steel, yeah, you like them cold steels, huh? Prototype, it was 1,000. Wow, dude. Emperor Collection, Tonto. Oh, I bet that's sweet. Yeah, cold steel. When I was in the military, cold steel was just coming out, and a little shaky. It had some really good tactical combat style stuff, and a lot of people bought them. I mean, you get them at the PX for pennies on a dollar, and but they didn't hold up. Uh, but now, of course, that's all changed. We're talking 45 years ago. Um, was it cold steel or was it the other one? Anyway, um, but yeah, they've come a long way. Yeah, they called the guy who made or Grandmaster. Okay, yeah, we were talking about that before. Yeah, knives and the most famous. Yeah, sweet, sweet, sweet. So hey, Rachel, what's going on? Hope you and Matt are doing excellent today. I'm feeling a wee better again. So hopefully it progresses. Right now, it's all about with me. It's strength. I get weak quick. Like yesterday after the live, I started doing some stuff, putting all the stuff away, getting everything cleaned up, and I sat in my chair and I was just like, oh my god! I was like, my legs were just tingly numb. I had no energy at all. But yeah, today's seeming a little better. Hey Matt, there you are. Saki Japan makes the Spider Co. rock jumper in VG10. Sweet. Do I have that on old chat? Let me check that out. Yep, I'm good. Okay. Let me back up a little here, make sure I ain't missing nothing. Okay, there's Rachel coming in, Matt. You gotta pace yourself. Yeah. Well, you know me. It's always 90 miles an hour, forward, down the line, push, push, push. And next thing you know, I'm in bed for 2 days. That has happened several times. Not recently, but yeah, I can't. I mean, I don't care. Like I said, you've heard me talk about this before. They ordered me a wheelchair 3 years ago now, 4 years ago, and it sits in the basement. I will not get in it. I will not. I refuse to. I got off the painkillers 4 years ago. That's why they gave me the wheelchair, because they said without the painkillers, I would struggle. And yes, I do struggle, but not to the extent that they were thinking. So yeah, I won't do it. I would rather crawl on busted glass before I climb in a wheelchair. Because once you're in it, that's it. You're done. I've seen it 100 times. Friends, military buddies that lost a leg or something. Once they get in it, next thing you know, they're 400 pounds. They just don't give a shit no more. And once you're at that point, there's really no coming back out of it. And I'm just not doing it. And they went through a lot of shit to get me that wheelchair. And it's a custom wheelchair, so it fits me. And at the time, though, I was 250 pounds. So I got extra room now. Thinking about putting a stereo surround sound system on it. All right. Joe Casper, how you doing, sir? Hope you're having a fine day. Hope you all are having a fine day. It is Monday. Mondays suck. We all know that. But we try to make the best. That's all we can do. Let's make the best. Playing a little game on the side here, so if you see me ducking that way a little bit, it's because I'm pushing buttons on another device. Anyway, I got a few things here I want to show you, talk about. What is this little guy? I really having a really, really good time with this. I like the way the ears are on it, because you can, and it's real easy to flick. I mean, it's not coming out. It's got plenty of detention, retention, however you want to say it. But this little bastard, somebody was thinking, if they'd have done this in my Carta, oh boy. Actually, I might even do that one day. grab me a slab of OD green micarta. It's not hard to make a scale for anything. It's rather simple. As long as you have a belt sander kind of thing, you know. What I have done in the past is, hey, Kane, what's going on, brother? I need a guard knife. Okay. I really want the ProTech Dawn. Okay. Yeah. You know, I don't know if I put the video up yet on Barbie's channel, but I just got done reviewing the Mini Pariah, Heretic Mini Pariah, which the Mini Pariah is not mini by at all. It's like 8 inches. But I had a lot of issues with it. The action was fine. It felt okay in hand. It had one of the best clips I ever felt on a knife, though. It sat right there in the palm of your hand. Does Rolf have me blocked? No, I do not. I would have no reason to have you're there. I don't know what you mean. You're writing. I can see your writing. Let me check. Oh, I can't do that. No. Does Rolf have me blocked? No. Yeah. Yeah, we all see you. Yeah, it's not the first time somebody said that. Wait, where was I? The Pariah. It's a plastic handle. The one I had. Now they have different handle materials, and then more handle materials you get, the higher the price. One was $400, I think, for the carbon fiber or titanium. Now, if you're going to go get a Mini Pariah, it's a great knife. As far as the design, it's a great knife. Bayonets are neat too. Yeah, the bayonets are real nice. The only thing is they don't hold an edge, because they didn't want them to hold an edge, because something about the Geneva Convention back in the day that it's a long bullshit story, but they weren't made to be sharpened. Once the factory edge was put on, that's pretty much, but everybody sharpened them anyway. I see one for $295. Oh, sweet. Anyway, the FRN scales on them. You think Benchmade's bad. These things you could literally touch both sides once you squeezed it together. And it didn't take a lot to squeeze it together. And the bad part about it is that, okay, that's a bitch, but the bad part about it is there's no liner. There's no metal liner underneath all that. So it's just two plastic handles, your pivot, and I couldn't tell what was in the one side on like if the blade's sticking this way. On my side was some kind of green disc. It looked like a bearing slot or something. And then the other side was just a bearing with probably a flat washer. So all you're getting there, if you were to pry or anything, once you stuck something or whatever, it's going to snap right out of that plastic. So, like I said, there's no liner, no metal liner at all. And they're wanting $200 for a Magna Cut blade and some plastic and two bearings and a pivot screw. I didn't like that. I didn't at all. I reviewed the knife and I sold it the next day. So, and the guy I sold it to is going to sell it because that's what he does. He resells. I got a guy on Whatnot that likes to buy knives, and when I get knives I don't want, I sell them to him because it's right now. Excuse me. Nobody is blocked, Thomas. I promise. Yeah, nobody's blocked, bud. It's impossible to read every chat. Well, yeah, that's true too. And plus, I'm going on. Let's back up a little. I really want to protect Dawn. Okay, that's about where I left off. I don't know if they still make them. I've heard of it. I don't know either. Does Ralph have me blocked? Nope, I do not have you blocked. I see you. Bayonets are neat too. I have one on my AR. Yeah. I see the Wraith 4 is a decent price. Yeah, but see now, I haven't checked out any other Heretic knives. That's the first one that's come across my desk. So, yeah, you're here, Thomas. Hey, B, what's up, brother? Yeah, who's that? Yeah, rambling on the screen. That's me, man. Just rambling around. How you been, brother? Good to see you. But yeah, I was not. It just, I mean, you could literally in the middle of the night just, and all the flash where the two pieces come together. They tried to make it look integral. So on the top of the knife, it comes up around, and then clamshells kind of like together. And one side was higher than the other, and then it was flashing. Like it wasn't, sticking way up, but it was there. You could, and when you held it, you could feel it. And then they had little squares punched out all across the rib, and each square had flashing in it. And the bottom side now, where the knife folds into, them edges were you could cut paper. I was just really disappointed for $200 American made knife. That's all. Henry G, what's up, brother? What are you doing in here, Clayton? Get back to work. You got knives to build for people. I'm just kidding. Good to see you, brother. Take a break. You probably need one anyway. And tell Chatty to be quiet. You can hear her clear over here. Yeah, Tano's, Curry's. Hell yeah, Bonnie. Hey, Nat, what's going on, bro? He's a rambling man. Asking him to sing. No, I ain't singing, Brad. I ain't doing it. That's Clayton's job. My favorite bayonet is the Cold Steel Wasp. Yeah, okay. 52-21, all right. Can hold an edge. Yeah, I think the bayonets, the originals. Now, I don't know about anything that's really happened in the last 40 years military-wise as far as what they're using for steels. I mean, a lot of us guys back in the day holstered the issued bayonet and would buy an aftermarket. Some would not even be like this, for instance. They wouldn't even be the, two-pointed dagger style. We were getting them with the more like a knife-looking thing, so it was a dual roll type of thing. Oh, dancer, not a singer. Okay, copy that. Yeah. Woo-hoo. Oh boy, Clayton just hitting everybody up at once. That's the way to do it. I used to do it that way, but just come in, say hi to a few people, and then you're like, Jesus, I'm taking too much time up. So I'd write a bunch of names, but then it felt unpersonal. And of course, now that I have channels, that I want it to be a little bit more personal. So I say hi individually to each person. That's just me, though. Blessed. You're here, Blessed. Don't worry. I see you. You can ask me anything you want. I do see your comments. So anyway, and then there's this guy. Oh, I tell you, my equipment. Actually, I probably don't even need that. I have my battery pack hooked to my phone because it was under 50 because some dumbass forgot I was going on today. Well, I didn't forget, but I forgot to charge it. So, yeah. This guy here. This is the only knife that I've had the pleasure of holding. It's the Bomber by Tenable. Or no, sorry. Yeah, Tenable, but it's Midgard Messer design. All right, enough of that. That ain't happening again. What a hoss. This would be the only knife, pocket knife, folder, that I would baton and have no issues with it. The way the locking system is, well, not so much the locking system, but the pin and everything. That's a big pin. And then this part, as you can see, folds up inside of this solid titanium backspacer. Now, there's something right there that shows you the shit about titanium. They're charging us all this money for titanium. But yet, they can do shit like this with a big chunk of titanium and not charge you pennies for it, and it goes clear around here to the bottom. And it's not thin. I'm going to guesstimate 1/4 inch, if not more. And then you got the 2 screws holding that thing in there and there. Yeah, this blade is not going anywhere anytime soon. James McCann, what's going on? Oh, mailman's here. Any packages? I'm expecting 1 or 2. Real easy to flick, as big as it is. All right, Fred. Fred! Just the mail dude. Spidey flicking all day long. And not off the hole either. It's off the folder. The hole's just there pretty much for looks. You can, get your thumb in there a little bit. But you really can't Spidey flip off of it now. Too tight. You got to go down on the folder. I was told that if you're going to baton a folder, don't do it. Exactly. That's why I said this is the only one that I would think about even doing it with. This one right here. I mean, look at the blade stock. Real thick. And the way it locks up here in the top. And lock up in the bottom. Yeah. If I had to. I wouldn't do it on purpose. But yeah. Yeah, if you don't have to, yeah, don't do it. But this is, like I said in the beginning, this is the only one I would ever baton. This should have been actually a fixed blade. And they designed it to be just that, but folding. So, I like the old girl. They're cheap, under $70. I think you probably get them now for $50 with codes and all that. And I would suggest anybody that's heavily into any kind of tactical survival, hiking, hunting, whatever, grab one of these up. Great for skinning. I mean, look at the belly and everything on the curvature. That would skin all day. And the way it holds like that, lots of jimping. Good knife. I don't try to sell anybody anything, but to me, it's a good knife. Hey, OC, what's up, bro? Hey, Barbie. Taking a break? Jackson, leave me alone. Just taking a break. Okay. Taking a break and getting back to it. Hell yeah. What do you want? What do you want? You want back in? Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. This is why I didn't want you guys out there. You can't go over there because he's over there. You want to go in? You coming in? Come on. Then rest your neck. Kids and dogs, I tell you. And back here on the... You're going to go in. You are? Yes, you are. He's not going to stop. I'm going to have to do that. You, come here. Come here. Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go. It's not my fault. He's not moving, Jack. All right, come on. Come on, buddy. Now, it's not happening. Come on. Come on. Get in there. And that's just the way that goes. I tell you. I had them all in the house locked up in the dang living room. So I could actually do this uninterrupted. But no, that wouldn't happen either. They were in there just freaking out because I was out here without them. The problem now is he's over there. Fred's over here on the chair, and he wants on the chair. I got a new package in the mail today. I will post it. Oh, sweet. Life is dull and pointless without a knife. Yeah. Somebody said that yesterday, I think it was. Or something real similar. Rachel Jordan, we just butchered a cow yesterday. Ooh. You know, they have dry ice at the supermarkets you can pick up to put in coolers for traveling meat. Just saying. I have a petrified fish coming. Sweet. You know, I've yet to check out a petrified fish. And I have been wanting to. They have a few tactical looking things that I saw that was interesting to me. And they're not badly priced. So it's one of them ones they sit in the back of your head and you're like, and then when somebody says, oh yeah, I've been meaning to, it's one of them knives. Companies anyway. You just don't think about petrified fish as a knife company because of the name. Anyway, we talked about this yesterday. I was going to demonstrate it or make a video demonstrating it, but unfortunately, it hasn't rained here since December. So there's a fire ban. So no fire for Bob, which really sucks because I like sitting around the fire at nights, especially on spring nights because it's nice during the day. And then at night it gets a wee chilly, and that's the best time to have a fire. So, but yeah, we're on a fire ban. James McCann, hello, Jay. I know, but I could video it next time and send it to you. Not too difficult. Okay. I freelance 9-point D2 10. $36 on Amazon, huh? Yeah, Amazon, you got to keep your eye on Amazon. A few of y'all post stuff now and then. G-Ball does too. When they have like their one-day sales on certain knives that we float around the community. And here just 2-3 weeks ago, I've been trying to catch a good deal on the Kaiser Milita, the full-size Milita in OD green and black. And somebody had posted it that day. And sure enough, I went there. And it was only the OD green and black that they had on sale. It was like $29. And I was like, son of a bitch. Do you think I had $29 laying around anywhere? No. Next day I did, but it wasn't on sale the next day. I just hate when that happens. All right, let me catch up. Okay, Al saying hello still down there. And Jason said I could videotape it next time. Not too difficult. What's videotape? The butchering of the animal? Skinning, or not skinning, but processing deer. All the year. I used to just take it to a processor because it was all neatly wrapped and cut real nice, and they cut the steaks the right way. And, then it started getting really expensive. Excuse me. Started getting really, really expensive. And so I started to do it myself. And what had happened was the butcher I took my deer to was actually my sister's husband's brother. So they worked for him. So when I finally decided not to do it anymore, they came over and showed me exactly how to cut the back straps out and all that stuff. And I got really good at it. So from there on, I just started processing my own. There's a lot of meat you miss if you don't know what you're looking for. And for a long time, I missed a lot of meat. Good meat too. I had no clue about the ones up inside the rib cage. On the bottom, like if you're looking at the top of the deer down, you got the spine. Well, underneath in the rib cage is big long back straps. Yeah, I didn't even know they were there. But yeah, started cutting my own and learning how to do things. I'm brewing some coffee. I'm drinking my last cup of the day, even though it is 4:30 almost. I haven't been sleeping real good, of course, from being sick. So last night, I think I finally got some sleep because I went to bed about 2. Well, we were in bed earlier than that, but I got to play my games and shit. And so it was about 2 a.m. and woke up around noon today. So that was pretty good. Finally got some sleep out of the deal. Usually it's been last week and a half, it's been get to sleep around 4, back up at 8, 9, 6. That's probably half the reason I'm weak, not getting the sleep I need. Coffee sounds good. Coffee's not just for breakfast. Coffee's an all-day thing. Just don't overdo it. You'll pee funny. I'll tell you what, we might be under a fire ban, but it has been some beautiful weather. All the leaves are out now. The grass is growing like a weed. I've already cut it twice. So, really beautiful day. Perfect temperature, right about 80. No humidity. And it must be 4:30. For whom the bell tolls. All right, guys, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this. Not that I want to. The blockade started this morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, I think it was. And we've already got problems. China has come out 3 times. And we've already turned one around. China's come out 3 times today. First, it was the economics part of it. It was a nice speech. It was basically, you know, if we close down the strait, it not only affects China's economy, it affects the world economy and blah, 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 blah. And we are pressuring Mr. Trump not to do so because it could collapse countries that are not doing well, you know, blah, blah, blah. Which I thought was a nice little way of saying, you know, hey, we realize what you're doing, but don't. And then, of course, the government put out a statement. Theirs were short and sweet. You know, we're going to do it, whether they're not, basically. And then the military put out a statement. And, of course, that didn't go well. I don't know. I don't think they're going to let it escalate with China because of, right before I got on, Trump had a little side thing with a reporter, and he said that the right people in Iran already contacted him this morning and want to make a deal. Again, now, this whole deal thing, I've been watching really close with Iran and their posture. Y'all ever seen that movie, Mars Attacks? Well, if you haven't, basic line of it is, Martians land here. They come in peace, and then as we go to greet them, they kill everybody and jumped on their ship and ran. And then, of course, oh, we're sorry, it was misunderstanding. Let's try this again. So they were invited to the White House and killed everybody again and laughed about it. So it was an ongoing skit of them coming in peace and killing everybody. This is basically what the Iranians are doing. They come to the table in good faith and then make all these atrocious demands. Basically, unless you give us a nuclear weapon and pay for all the damages that you've done, we're not going to do nothing. We're not going to quit our program. We're not going to give you our uranium. We're not going to do this. They don't want to do nothing. And as of yesterday, or over the weekend when they had the big conference in Pakistan there, yeah, Mars Attacks is a crazy movie. So they keep doing this. They keep coming to the table. They say on the phone, okay, we're ready to make a deal. Let's do this. Then when they get there, our guys get there, it's a total scam. So what are you supposed to do? Well, first of all, as I said yesterday, we shouldn't even be there. But now that we're there, okay, let's go forward. So, okay, we're going to close. They're closing. They're letting Chinese ships through only. Iran is. Any other ship, they fire on it. They get their attack boats out. They shoot the engine area, blow it up. Ship's done. And they've done this already. They've mined it. So they know where the mines are. And that was the other thing, too, the other day, Saturday, when they had a meeting. They wanted the location of the mines so they could get shipping going again. Oh, we don't know where the mines are. We just threw them out there. But yet, they're letting the Chinese through on a certain path. So it's all a bunch of bullshit. I don't think we're going to blockade China. That's an act of war. If we turning your ships around is one thing, boarding them and then confiscating the ship is an act of war. And if we do that, y'all know what's going to happen. China's been looking for a reason, just looking for a reason to kick our ass. They don't want to because we're making them so fucking rich. It's indescribable how much money is going to China every minute of every day from this country. Whether it be cell phones, knives, groceries, everything. You flip anything over, if it's not made in China, you got lucky. Everything is made in China. And this is why China is being lenient with this administration. But if forced, China will not look bad. And if they're forced, we take one of their ships. God help us. We don't have enough people. We won't lose, but it will be the biggest disaster to ever been recorded in history on both sides. And that's another thing too, and that we're on that. We have the 82nd Airborne, 3 Marine divisions sitting there right now. And as I've heard this morning, not through any of this shit, but through that, we are on the move. So that's all I know about that we're on the move. I will not give any position of any forces, American forces, on any of my channels, whatever. That is a no-no. I will not give designations, unit designations, anything like that. I mean, I will give you what everybody already knows, but a little extra, if I can. Because that's just not cool. That's our brothers and sisters over there. And they didn't volunteer for this shit. You know what I mean? Not this shit. They volunteered, but not for this shit. I don't know. I can't believe this day and age, 2026, that we're actually even talking about this. I figured with the implementation of all this new tech and new industry and everybody be just getting along and trying to figure out how to cure cancer and how to make things better, how to make crops grow better without genetically modifying them. We don't need no more bullshit in our food. But no, it's totally opposite. They've destroyed the farmlands. Even here in North Carolina, every open field that used to be nothing but corn or tobacco is now housing developments or just vacant because the farmer wants way too much money. Land down here is outrageous. If you're in a town of anything, land is like quarter acre is like $25,000 quarter acre, $100,000 an acre. So it's just stupid. Not a lot of technology is suppressed. No. But the problem with our technology is, though, anytime anybody comes up with something really cool, the government snags it up and won't let you know about it for 20 years. So it just sucks in that aspect because it's regulated. Yeah, I love them. Yeah, hummingbirds. Oh, yeah. We got a mountain sleep stack. Oh, okay. Last coffee before bed. Yeah, it's getting pretty late over there. And let's see, what time is it here? Oh, yeah, you're like around midnight-ish. And organs, too, are overlooked. Yeah, organs. Exactly, Rachel. Yeah, heart, liver. I always ate the liver, though, and the heart. But there's a lot of other things you can do, too, with a lot of the other parts. I am one that uses all of it. I will not harvest the animal without using it. I'm not one to, I don't trophy hunt. I could care if you have 2 spikes or 20 points on your head. I could care less. I'm there to feed my family. And that's the only way I would kill an animal is to feed my family. And the fur was always given to the people that make gloves. They went to a glove factory so they could use the that kind of hide for the gloves. $4:30. Yeah, but you're in the East Coast. I was talking about France. But that's all right, OC. I believe in using everything you can from the, oh yeah, bone included. I would use the leg bones and stuff for knife handles back in the day. Stuff like that. I don't eat organ meat. I don't eat much meat, but I like fatty meat. Well, that's where all the vitamins are. That's what they say anyway. But you know, some people it's a religious thing. Some people it's just a choice what they want to eat. And it's no big deal as long as you're getting your protein. You know, your proteins, your stuff to. I've seen people go on these weird kicks because somebody lost 20 pounds in a month and go on these liquid diets and shit. Next thing you know, they're in the hospital. So, hey, Dwayne, what's up, buddy? Just kicking around, spreading some news, showing some knives, talking shit, usual. But I miss hunting. I really do. Unfortunately, you can't hunt here without paying somebody a phenomenal fee to hunt on their land. And that's something I'm not used to because where I was at for the last 20 years prior to here, they encouraged you to hunt on their land because they still farmed it. And deer will damage the shit out of crops. And they would put signs up. Wildlife Management Cooperation Area. And which meant hunt, please hunt, So we never had an issue with that. Here, you want to hunt on a piece of land? My brother did it a couple times, and it was a group of 5. They were allowed up to a group of 5, and it was $1,600. So they had to split $1,600 5 ways. I'll take the money and go to the food line, man. I'm not doing that. And as far as small game goes, there ain't nothing but squirrels. I've seen some turkey. But as far as like grouse, pheasants, rabbits, stuff like that, not enough to even worry about. So do I pay? I mean, there is game lands, but guess where everybody's at that doesn't want to pay? At the game lands. And there's deer in the mountains, in the national forest. If you want to walk up shit like this all day long and maybe see a deer or even sign of a deer. I went up on our side of the mountain. First couple years I lived here. And I scouted and I scouted and I scouted for any signs of deer trails, rubs, whatever. Nothing. What's up, guys? The mayor. The mayor of Claremont. Not really. It's unofficial mayor of Claremont. She's lived here so long that everybody calls her the mayor. If you want to know what's going on or whatever, like history of the town, that's who you go to. Hey, Rachel, see, claimed, okay, doing that. So, yeah, I didn't, I spent 2 seasons in them mountains and not even a deer track. So I'm just like, have you ever seen cryptid like Bigfoot or Dogman? No. I'm not saying it ain't there. Because some of the woods I've hunted and some of the places I've been military-wise, you would think Cryptid, I'm not going to touch. Because I have seen some things I can't explain. And things that visited me in the night I can't explain. That's just it. I can't explain it. So, and I don't want to lead anybody in the wrong direction. Is there a Bigfoot? Yeah, there is. There's something out there. My thing was, in the beginning, I always thought it was an alien that was in disguise. But then I'm thinking, well, they don't really come out and look at anything, you know? They're not really spying on anything. They're in the deep, deep, deep woods, you know? Why would they do that? So my next thing was they were interdimensional, meaning they can pop in and out of 2 dimensions. Because 1 minute they're there and 1 minute they're not. I don't know. With all the technology we have today, I don't know why somebody hasn't got on a helicopter, slowly do map of the earth with some infrared goggles on, and detected Bigfoot under the canopy at night. That would be the easiest way to detect them. And if you don't find anything, then it's a bullshit story. But there's some evidence out there you can't dispute. The hairs, the footprints, and the depth of the footprints. Now, anybody can make a footprint. But when you're finding them in random, in the middle of nowhere, and they're like this deep, where a human can only make it this deep, you know, it brings the question. As far as we know, it could be our government fucking with us. We don't know. But the story has been around since the beginning of ever. There's cave drawings. There's stories from the Native Americans of the hairy man, you know. So it's got to be there. Something is, anyway. I'm really not the one to ask because I'm not going to hunt him. And that's another thing, too. With all the bear hunters that used to be, now there's not so many bear hunters as there used to be. And in a way, that's a good thing because I just couldn't picture hunting a bear. I mean, I've had bear meat. It's okay. It's really greasy. You know it's bear meat. But really, what are you going to do with it? So why even mess with it? And yes, I understand there's a conservation thing because if you have too many bears, then you're going to have too many problems. And I cannot picture somebody going down the road at 65, 70 miles an hour and slamming into an 800-pound bear that's crossing the road. That would be devastating. I understand all that. But, yeah, I don't mess with wolves. I've seen many of wolves in the wild, red wolves especially, the smaller version, because they reintroduced them to the land I used to hunt. And they became quickly populated, very quickly. And the thing was, that was the coyotes. After the red wolves, they brought in coyotes. The coyotes were supposed to be a strain that didn't pack up. They would family, but they wouldn't pack up in large groups like they do in the desert. So that was bullshit. Because my last year hunting up there, I hit a pack. And actually, they found me. And there was about 15 of them. So they can kiss my ass on that one. But yeah, I don't mess with coyotes either. They look too much like little huskies. Like underfed huskies. And they won't bother you. They don't want nothing to do with you. Now, the ones in the desert, different story. Man, we was out there one day. We was doing range duty at Fort Hunter Liggett, California. It's about midway up California. And we had a deuce and a half out there with all the ammunition and shit in it. Hey, what's up, B-Shady? Come on in, have a seat for a minute. And so we had our cot set up in the back of the deuce and a half. Of course, Deuce had that canvas tarp thing over it. And in the distance, we were playing cards in it that night. We had a table set up in it and playing cards, drinking a couple. And in the distance, start hearing a little chirp, chirp, you know, like sounds like little babies crying is what it sounds like. And they got louder and louder and louder. And I'm like, shit, they're getting louder and all. Well, we got ammo. I mean, if we got to use it, we got to use it. we'll get Article 15 for sure, but, you know, man, they circled that. There must have been 50 of them. And they circled that and they were doing that weird yipe, calling shit. And they wanted our food because we had actual real food in the back of the Deuce Nav. We didn't just have MREs. Or actually, back then, was it sea rats? No, it was MREs when I was there. So anyway, yeah, that scared me a little bit. 50 of them circling you. Yeah, once you let them get that close, we were kind of screwed. There was only 4 of us, and I mean, we could have probably took them out. But yeah, them desert ones. You're ever lost in the desert at night, and you hit a pack of coyotes, you're probably done. Just getting home from work. Hey, Omega. All right, be shady. Cool. Kick your boots off. I think demons use aliens in disguise. Well, you know, Bunny, there's a lot of talk about that right now because a lot of our government has been leaking out information that they've known for a long time. And recently, there's actually a senator from Tennessee, just over the hill here. He's actually doing a news tour right now and leaking out little bits of what we know because he's on the Intel committee. And on the Intel committee, they know everything. Well, just about everything. There's still some shit the CIA ain't going to tell them, but anyway. The president actually mentioned it first by slip of tongue when he was asked what kind of futuristic weapons we have. And in mentioning said weapons, he said something about interdimensional travel. Now, and now this guy's saying the same thing, that some of these aliens are actually not planetary aliens, they're interdimensional aliens, which leads me to believe, and which my little Asian buddy that's the scientist has been saying for years, that there are multiple Earths in different dimensions. And that means there's more of me, more of you, leading totally different lives. Or the same life. I don't know. They don't know. But theoretically, physics has proven it's possible. And he's been saying that shit for 20 years. So now all of a sudden, the government's coming out saying, interdimensional. I'm like, oh shit. So that would explain the popping in and out because they're going back to their dimension. And basically all that would entitle is opening up a time rift, which has already been stated, and walking through it. And see, back years ago, that was kind of one of my hypotheses, so to speak, on aliens. That they weren't really aliens, they were actually time travelers coming back to witness history. Now that's even become kind of a reality in speaking. So, I don't know. Above my pay grade. So, but they're both saying, the president and this guy that's doing his little press tour, they're both saying, yes, there's multiple alien planets, multiple alien races. So there it is. I mean, we've all known it. Whether you want to believe it or not is your own personal beliefs, but you can't just look out there at night and say, oh, we're the only ones here. Now, here's the problem with this. Here's one of the main reasons why they haven't, up till this point, told us. And the reason they're telling us is because of technology. Technology got so far ahead of them and us that we can detect things now on our own. We don't need the government. We have cameras and stuff that can see shit that ain't there. So they had to say something. The problem is religion. Basically, you're going to have to tell the Pope you're fired once all this comes out. Because religion as we know it does not exist. We are a part of a galactic system that has been in motion for billions and billions and billions of years. We are the youth, the newer kid on the block, so to say, of this galactic coalition. And basically, the way it is spoken is, yes, there is an afterlife, if you want to call it that. It's more of a transition. It's like a moth, a caterpillar turning into a moth, so to speak. You end up in a different dimension or different whatever, but you continue. This is where millions of people, millions upon millions in our history have died for religion. And all for nothing. Everything's been written, everything's been said for nothing. Because of a belief to control the masses. This is why they don't tell us the exact truth. Now, it will come out this year. That's what everybody's saying. They're actually going to have a sit down and say, look, here's how it is. And you think YouTube's crazy now. Wait till that shit happens. So, we have weapons now that we can't explain. We can, but we don't want to. And it all comes from technologies from other beings. So, and that's another thing too. You got to control the masses. You have to. Otherwise, you have places like New York City, LA, happening all the time everywhere. So you have to keep your citizens ignorant. Otherwise, you're going to have some serious problems. And right now, we're going to have serious problems. Once this all comes out, you're going to have mass suicides because of religion. You're going to have, just imagine the possibilities of people, how people are going to react in certain communities of human beings. You're taking away a belief that has stood since man. So it's scaring a lot of people. Hardcore Christians, hardcore Catholics, hardcore Muslims, Buddhists. What's funny? The American Indians knew it all. They knew exactly what was going on. Enough of that. So what's going on with you guys? What the? Yep. Yeah, what the? I think there might be an advanced civilization. Yeah, there could be. There's, even Admiral Byrd there went to South Antarctica, whatever the hell it's called down there, that big ice place down at the bottom of the earth. Yeah, in his books, he scribbled down a valley that was green. Looked just like what I'm looking at right now in the middle of Antarctica, and then it goes underground. And that's the aliens that live there travel from south to north within a matter of seconds through this conduit they have. Yeah, there's been written things, and then everything's been redacted or made up, wait till they die, and they call them crazy and everything else. We don't know what's underground. We have an idea. But all the time, we're getting videos and shit on YouTube or even regular TV or whatever of something new that we found that goes on underground. So, you don't know. Making some jalapeno stuffed poppers. All right. Hell yeah. And grilled chicken. Shit, yeah, man. People have made underground for cities. Yeah, for thousands of years. Yeah, they lived underground. There's places they're still finding that were underground by building new stuff. And something just came up the other day. What the hell was it? They were digging in England for a highway or something, and they found a whole underground city. Now, they knew it was there. They didn't know it was there. They knew there was this underground city somewhere in the area or whatever, but they found it. Don't forget to smash the like button. Yeah, hit it. Whatever. This channel is just for bullshitting. It will never be for anything else. I doubt seriously a year from now we'll be sitting here and it'll probably still be the same 20 of us doing the same thing. So, yeah. This channel is just kind of for us to relate on current events, current happenings, whether it be in the knife community or something we just need to know about. Anyway, to jump back on that real quick. So yeah, it's early. The blockades, it just started as today. There's already been some fuss about it. Trump's got balls, but I don't think he'll fuck with China. I don't think we'll take their ships. I don't think there'll be anything with it. So for right now, I'm just going to keep an eye. Force of habit. Yeah, force of habit. France, catacomb. Yeah. Catacombs in France. That's pretty crazy stuff, man. There was a movie made. Barb's into horror movies, so I caught it one day with her. And they entered the catacombs there in France. It was called Upside Down or Downside Up or something. Anyway, after they got through it and things were happening to them, I don't remember the whole deal, but when they went to climb out, everything was upside down or something. And then they had to go back in to come out where they went in. So things were right side up. It was a really neat movie. Lots of skulls and crazy shit down. Spontaneous disintegration. How are you doing, sir? I seen you come in yesterday on Barbie's Live. Pretty cool. Yeah, I bet they are, Leon. I bet they are. Now, are you allowed down there? Because I know some of the things I've seen on it, you're not. There's like maybe one little section that it's the government operates or something, but to actually explore the whole thing, you're not allowed to do that. Am I correct? Hey, JW, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Yeah, the story behind it is rather intriguing. But yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't know if you were even allowed to explore it or if it was open. I know they make movies about it, but then they can recreate anything. So it's hard to tell if you're actually there or not. Ralph, was you in the military? Yes, I was. Many moons ago. 1981 to 87. I thought it was 80 to 86, but it's not. Or is it? I joined December 11th, 1980. Went to basic training in 81. But officially, I joined in 80. 11 Bravo, all the way. Straight leg. Last of the straight legs. We went mechanized halfway through my tour. Yeah, we still had steel pots, sea rations. I joined 5 years after Nam, so we had all that leftovers. I presume it's restricted access down below. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that and a lot in the city. You know, I seen somebody pop up the other day on a video where there's an underground city under Indianapolis. Well, somewhere in Ohio or Illinois. Was it Indianapolis? But anyway, a guy was standing in front of one of them big storm drain tunnels. But there was 4 of them. And they were big enough you could drive a semi in them. But he said, beyond this point, there's an underground city. And you weren't allowed in it. But I never did watch the video. So, hey, what's up, Cliff? No, you're not allowed to visit. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah. By yourself. But there are expensive guide visits. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to let you get out. Because I know there's a lot of, burial stuff and plague stuff. Yeah. I haven't really read up on it or seen a lot lately, so my memory's a little joggled on everything that happened down there. I should revisit it because it does intrigue me. Did you say you was in Vietnam? No, 5 years after Vietnam. 1981 to 1987. No, was not in Nam. Nam was way over by the time I got old enough. I joined at 17 years old. I turned 17 December 6th, 1980. December 11th, 1980. I was signing my name on the dotted line. January, February, March 14th of 1981. I was on my way to Fort Jackson, South Carolina for 2 weeks reception station. And then after my 2 weeks of that, jumped on a bus, went from there to Fort Benning, Georgia. And that's when my life changed forever. Because back then, the Army was still the Army. Don't know if it's still there, but in the day, stupid teenagers are going to party. Yeah. That's the same with some caves I used to visit up north. We kept them secret as long as we could, but somebody did find them. And when we revisited them several years later, bunch of bullshit, trash, graffiti. So, yeah, for a long time, us guys just went there. And only a few of us knew about them because we had an insider that had a map that worked for the government. And he's the one that told us. Now, the government knew about it. But as far as civilians, we were the only few that knew. But eventually somebody found them. It wasn't nothing secret. They just didn't want, the information out because of rescues, and they're deep in the forest. I mean, you got to walk. Shit, it's an overnighter. You got to walk in like almost a day till you get to the caves, and it goes way down, way down, and it's nothing but these massive. It's not like the caves you see on TV, the stalactites and stalagmites and all that crap. Now, this is huge boulders, just where they were dumped from the glacier, and the soil got soft between them, and the water, you're at the top of the mountain in the cave, whereas in the water found a way out, basically. It's got, you can't even see it. When you first walk up on it, you're like standing there going, where the hell, you're on top of a flat mountain, where the hell is the cave? And then you take like 10 more steps, and here's this sinkhole. And in the side of the sinkhole is an opening, about the size of a coffee table. You got to go in feet first. And then once you get into the first landing, it just opens up. And then it gets a little skinny, and then it opens up into a bigger room. And it does that through the whole cave. Now, we didn't explore the whole thing. We only went down maybe a couple hundred feet. We weren't equipped the first time we went in, and I'm not one to take chances like that, especially when nobody knew we were there. Now, the second, third, and fourth time we went, we had somebody new, and we were where we parked the car, and we left trail markings. So in case something did happen, but I am not a cave guy. You look and see, I mean, here you got a bunch of these little boulders, okay, all wedged up in the ceiling. And if one boulder slips out, that whole huge boulder that's above your head is going to come down on you. Now, too unstable bullshit for me. Oh, okay, let's see. Showed you the fire breath for anybody. You can buy these at your local Tractor Supplies, whatever. They burn up to 30 minutes, and it will catch wet wood on fire and everything. I guess the black string. You tie one end to a log, and then this one you pull, and it starts this brick on fire at high heat. And yeah. It's not heavy, but it weighs about what a knife would be in a box. A pocket knife when we get them. That's actually what I thought it was until I opened it. Oh, no, it was a fire starter. Now let's get into something a little comical here. Always a great moment hanging out and around, but it's time for me to hit the pedal. I understand that, sir. Leon, you have an excellent night, sir. And we'll see you again soon. I'm going to try to keep these 4 o'clock every Monday. And then we'll go from there. So you have a good night, sir. Thank you for stopping in. I found this in my wallet. And I remember getting it some years ago. So I'm revisiting it. You know how many times this has been in the courthouse? Couple. For any of you that have never seen one of these before, it's called a credit card knife. Take this little point here. After you, there's a little pin here. There we go. You turn it. That releases the blade. Otherwise, the blade can't come out. So you turn it until the blade pops. Oops. There we go. Pull it around. Small side first. Bend it in. 2 fingers, hold the blade. Bring the other side up. It's got all these little holes that snaps into the smaller one. And you have your knife. Who knows what steel it is? Probably some junk shit. Cuts. In a pinch, if you really needed a knife, it'd work. And if you really had to like do some kind of harder use, because basically once you're holding it, it's pretty sturdy, but you have to be holding it. I would take some black tape and go around the handle kind of tightly. Rachel, it's now yours. What'd you say? Never seen one before. That's neat. Yeah, I got a few of them. There you go. Yeah, it's even got jimping. Hey, all you $300 knife maker dudes. Look, jimping. Works real good, too. What's the name? Just credit card knife. Has no maker, nothing. We get them every now and then. We'll win something from somebody or some company, and they send them in the packages. And they just come in like a clear cellophane, no writing. But yeah, I'll send you guys home with some. Yeah, then they real thin. And the metal's not flimsy, you know. And it's real simple, you know. Boom. So you turn the knob. Yeah, if I turned it the right way. Jeez, Rolf. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Knife. And it's pointy. And what? Yeah, it'll go in. That was mine. So now OTS yours. Oh, okay. You two are talking. We got brand new ones in the package. This is my demonstration. I've had this in a while. But see, I've noticed, maybe not. The more you open and close it, eventually the plastic is going to break. Eventually. But it's made for like emergencies, you know. Oops. I remember the first one I got. I think it was from Big Red. This is where this one came from. My first win on Big Red, which was 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. It was a while ago. Yeah. Like I said, this factory edge, I ain't touched it none. It's got a couple little burrs on it, but Cuts like a knife. It feels so right. But yeah, credit card knife in a pinch. What y'all think about that? Yeah, we have other ones, Rachel. Don't bring them out unless you have enough to share. Oh. So what y'all carrying today? I'll show you what I'm carrying. In this pocket, I got the Buck 112 Ranger. Compliments of Jason Beecher. Thank you, sir. And then the belt. The one, the only, Tiny Dancer by Tenable. Tiny Dancer. D2 steel. G411545A. G014A6 model number. Stout. I forget who the maker is on this or the designer. But I put me from Crosley's beads and lanyards and whatever else he does. That's one of his there. And I did win something on Instagram from him. I'm waiting on that. He said it'd be a couple weeks because he had to make I guess he said something about two of these, a slab, and the knife. Of course, the knife's already pre-made because it's one of them knives. You change the blades, different style blades. Mini Verta. Okay, here we go. Be shady. You see, got the Mini Verta Excalibur. Comes in tomorrow. Just made it to Eugene. Oh, sweet. Eugene, Oregon, I'm thinking. Used to do salmon fishing up in that area back years ago. Back in the early 80s. Rogue River. Used to fish the Rogue. What was the other place we used to fish the mouth of? Well, we fished the mouth of the Rogue too, but then we went upstream. The fire chief of LA had a cabin up on the Rogue, and my grandmother and grandfather both worked for the county, so they knew him through that. And when he was up there, we'd go up there and salmon fish, and the little bastards would literally jump in the boat. I went to the Rogue River many times. Yeah, it's good. That'd be a good rafting one. Hell yeah. Been many years since I've been there. Many years. Yeah, Matt, that's great. Yep. That sounds great with me, man. I'm sure she has no issue with that. She's been getting ready. So she's all stoked. I'm stoked. Don't know how much time y'all got, but hope you can stay for a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that northwestern coast, that is a unique place. I'm glad I got to visit it when I did. When you're walking through that forest and them trees, it's like actually being in prehistoric times. Everything's huge. And you could picture, a T-Rex or a Brontosaurus or some shit coming around the corner. It just gives you that vibe. It's crazy. Yeah, Eugene, Oregon. Oregon's a nice place. I really liked Oregon. We went up one time for a wedding in South Portland. And it was in the suburbs of Portland. That was a nice place too. But like I said, it was years ago. It was before all the happenings and all the governmental interference. So, yeah, the old growth. Yeah, some crazy stuff, man. Anyway, this knife here, I like it. Yeah, it's got a mic. I think it's got to be micarta. Yeah, it's micarta, but it's a hard micarta. It's not like something that's gonna fade. They did a really good job on it actually, and the way they pressed it, put like a milling in it. That was really cool. Wish that little jumping note, but that can be corrected. That's why man-made tools, so you can work on things and make them yours. Now this here, this is actually OD green. Now it's kind of showing up olive green today. Yesterday it was kind of brown. It still needs broke in hard, but it's already fading. So about every week I've put oil on. I've had this 2 weeks, I think, roughly, and I put oil on it twice. It's already starting to turn white again. So it's a very dry micarta. It'll probably take several applications to get it to that lustrous look. Yeah, it just fits so good. Ugh. We'll talk about that next week, though. All right, let's get back to you guys. What's going on? Click more mushrooms, yeah. Now we got them here. There's a big mushroom gathering up here in the mountains that they do. I'm not sure if that's permitted, but I know the ginseng, we call them leeks, but you guys call them ramps. Ramps has a deal. You're only allowed so many without a permit. So I don't know if they do that where you're talking about, but yeah, here they kind of regulate shit. Was a nice place, truly horrible now. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing from everybody. I got a long lifetime friend that moved there. He found a house real cheap. He lives right almost on the ocean, up there in Washington, the southern part of Washington, there by the bay. Yeah, he loves the area, but he says, man, the people are nuts. And we're both West Coasters. I mean, we're both born and raised in LA. And, but we don't know what it's like now. I went home one time in 97, and I was there 2 weeks and said, no, not doing it. That's the last time I've seen my home. Oregon is too acidified for me. Yeah, it wasn't back in the day, but yeah, I totally understand, Cliff. Oh, okay. That's a bell I ain't heard in a while. Hey, Freddie, I'm doing something here. No, you got stuck. Really? Hold on a second. Only you, Fred. Only you. Yeah, nice thing about that knife, too. There it is. Don't stick out. Not noticeable. Oregon's too satisfied. Morel mushrooms. Yes, are better. Lion's mane. Yeah, a buddy of mine here talked about lion's mane a lot. I'm not one to go picking things that I don't for sure know about. I would go with somebody that do exactly what I was picking. Then I'd eat it. I don't have enough faith in myself to pick the right mushroom. I like mushrooms. All kinds. I like cooking with them. Experimenting with them. Not so much that anymore. It's been many moons. Well, not that many, but it's been many moons. And it was more of a medicinal thing. It wasn't grab a handful and chow down like I was 18 again, but 2 stems and a cap will do you fine. Portobellos. Oh, I love the portobellos. I can eat portobellos just by themselves. Good ones. You know, good, fresh portobello. They said you only have to try it once. That's what I hear. I know they're expensive. I know they get good premium for it in restaurants. Shit like that. No, they don't. Cliff says, no, they don't. I heard portobello mushrooms give you cancer. I haven't heard that one. I've never heard of a mushroom giving anybody cancer. Now, maybe the ones that we get in the store because they spray it with all kinds of bullshit chemicals. That I could understand. I don't know. I'd have to look into that. Come on, dummy. You're the mouthpiece. You've been out here the whole time anyway, right? There. I usually like to keep these lives to an hour, but today it's going to go a little over. Let's see what else we got here. Showed you everything I brought out, right? Right. One thing I did want to show y'all. Now this is a Smoky Mountain version of these. These work really good. For touch-ups, you got a little nick or something, take it right out, no problem. It's 400 and 1,000. So you got your 400 grit for something heavy, and then your 1,000 to strop it off. So yeah, I'm for a little pocket thing in your backpack, whatever. I don't think they're expensive either. I think they're like $6, $7. Smoky Mountain. We got these from Blade Show. They're basically handing them out like candy. Gave a lot of them away already. This is actually my last one. I think in our 1,500 giveaway, or now the 1,000 giveaway. Yeah, the 1,000 giveaway. I gave away the last ones. But yeah, I hadn't heard about that cancer thing. That's pretty crazy. No, they don't. Okay, that's what you were saying. No, they don't. Okay. Mushrooms are good for you. Never heard bad things. Yeah, I never have either. Tastes exactly like fresh bay scallops. I like scallop. Okay, Cliff. What's the difference between a bay scallop and a sea scallop? Inquiring minds want to know. Hey, on the edge. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well today. We're just sitting here bullshitting, talking about shit like this to what China's going to do. Of course, we already went through the military part of this. So basically, we're holding our breath and waiting. Rolf, that was BS. Oh. But seriously, though, now the way I understand it, the bay scallops are actually a mussel, a shell, like a clam type thing. Whereas sea scallop is where they take the wings on manta rays, stingrays, and punch holes and then slice them into scallops. That's what I was told. I have 2 new knives on Blade Bench. You might. Oh, okay, you got some up on Blade Bench. If you, hey, never mind. I'm not doing a vertical. I was gonna say, hey, your shit showed up. You can see everything. Cool. Yep. Anybody looking for something new, something hot? Check out Blade Bench. On the edge, he's got some things up there. I briefly now and then look at it because I'm really never looking to buy a certain knife. With me, it just kind of happens and I fall into it. I'm really not looking for anything. I think my next knife is going to be a fixed blade. The knife I'm really got my binder set on right now is the Desert Ops from TCal. or the other one that's sort of like it. I want both, but I want the Desert Ops first, which is the long Tanto version, tactical. That's the one I really want. Now, the one I want as a sidekick to that is the same, basically the same. It's Tanto, shorter, but it's got the ring on the back, finger ring. I forget the name of that one, but yeah, them's the two knives that I got my eyes set on right now. As far as folders go, they come, they go. Fred. I don't see anything. Hey, yo, Freddie, hot dogs. Hot dogs. Oh, neighbor brought his dog out. Somebody tried to tell me something. I don't do seafood much anymore either. Quality, yeah, quality. Yeah, I'll never buy seafood in a store. Now, if I happen to be, yeah, I thought so. If I happen to be at the shore and they got a fresh that just come off the boat stand sitting there, yeah, I'll buy that. But no, I don't buy shit inland when it comes to seafood. Because I love swordfish, man. Swordfish steaks and shark steaks are my two favorite. If you knew about tilapia, you probably wouldn't say that, though. Tilapia is actually a trash fish. And the problem is with tilapia, too, they name a lot of things tilapia that actually isn't tilapia. That was a big scandal back 10 years ago. I remember seeing a bunch of shit about that. And don't get me wrong, tilapia is good. I have no issues with that. It is a good fish. But the actual tilapia, it used to be in Salton Sea back, which is called Slab City now, by the way. I used to vacation there as a child. My grandparents, my parents would get in a camper, actually did a truck style camper, one camper, car, station wagon with all those kids in it, down to Salton Sea, stay the weekend, a week, whatever, fish. Now it's a puddle with a bunch of misfits that live there. And I'm sure a lot of you have... What is he doing now? I'm sure a lot of you have seen the videos about Slab City, and if you haven't, type in Slab City to YouTube. That's what happened to Salton Sea. Long story short, the Army Corps of Engineers needed water, and they cut off the flow to the water to that place, killed the city, killed everything. If never had a difference, it's only bad. Read my answer. Okay. Where'd you go, Cliff? Scallops have or flavor, sweetness caused by water. So stronger. Okay. Okay. Got that, Cliff. Asked what knives you carried in the building. Oh, hold on a second. Oh, Jesus Christ. Give me 1 second. Why do you two want to kill each other when you do that? That is so weird. Yeah, I know. This ain't happening again. That's what knives you carried in the military. They issued us Gerber strong arms in the Marines in 2000. No, we didn't get issued anything. No, you had to buy everything.
Come now. Ready. Now.
I carried my buck.
Ready.
119.
Come
on. Pretty much through most of it as far as a fixed blade. I did have a Gerber. I had 2 of them.
Let's go.
Gerber.
Let's go. You're going in. Nope. Nope. Let's go. Yep.
Let me think. What the hell was the name of it? BFG. I always call it a big fucking knife, but that's not what it stands for. Anyway, it's a Tonto, about yay big, had a real slender sheath to it that went on your straps. The reason I had two of them is it's because the first one got stolen and the second one got lost. And then they became so fucking popular that the price went out of my price range. And that's another knife I'm looking for. But unfortunately, the cheapest one I can find that's in decent shape is $600 to $1,500. So yeah, that's my extent of them. As far as pocket knives went, it was a Kershaw. Not a Kershaw, sorry. Buck 110, then Kershaw at the end, because that's when Kershaw started coming out. But we would paint things and camouflage things and, do our own little customized jobs to our knives and shit. Military guys are. Okay. To carry overseas. Has issued as good with strong arms in the Marines. To carry overseas. Okay. Go lay down because you're next. All right, let me catch up with you guys. I don't do seafood much anymore either. Yeah, it's cool. Don't know about Gerber strong arm. I've heard the name 100 million times. The picture's not in my head of what that looks like. What the hell's he doing now? Oh. Any of you guys do any with Camulus? However you want to pronounce it. I always call them Camulus knives. I have one little pocket knife for them. It's titanium coated. Whatever that does for a knife. Oh, you didn't say, you said really, Rally? Okay, cool. CIA used cold steel in Afghanistan operations. Jawbreaker. All right, sweet. Okay, now I'm down to the bottom. Best EDC fighting knife period is the cold steel OSS. I'll write that down. Because there are some knives I do want to check out. Especially when I need a good combat knife right now. And that's why I'm going towards the Desert Ops. That's the style I like. I like a nice, long, thin Tanto. What'd you say it was? OSS? By who? Cold Steel? Yeah, I got to start looking into Cold Steel. Like I said, when they first come out, the reputation wasn't that great. But right now, I'm finding pretty much everybody's reputation ain't that great, or you can't trust them anymore. So, I don't know. And, I'm not one of them doubting Donnies where, everything's a conspiracy, everything's not what it is. But when you have a company that sells Chinese knives and American knives, and they both look identical, you are not bullshitting me and telling me every part on that fucking knife is American and every part on that knife is exactly Chinese. You're not doing it. You'll never get me to believe it, and that's just the way it is. Cliff, the LSS Prototype 3 is for sale for $400. Oh boy, that's about what I'd pay for the other one. Buy it. I had $450. Actually, I do. YouTube won't give it to me though. Yeah, I called the DMV today. The problem we're having is on my license, for some godforsaken reason, they put my first name last and my last name first. So YouTube is like, that's not you. If somebody in YouTube would just look, use your fucking eyes, not a computer. All this would be settled. Yeah. That prototype I got from Concept, that was cool. Other than the blade was 9CR, but 9CR ain't bad. Ain't nothing wrong with 9CR. So what? You got to sharpen it once or twice more. That's something I'm not a steel snob. You could make everything out of 1055, 1095. All day long. Wouldn't bother me a bit. I care less. Now, I don't like cheap stainless steel. I'm sure nobody does, but I could care less what the blade's made out of as long as the heat treat's right. You get the heat treat right, any steel works as long as it's treatable. This whole magnet cut thing, and I've heard so many bad stories. I got one knife in there. I think we were talking about it the other day. No matter what you do to it, how easy or whatever you use to sharpen it, it rolls every time. So as you take two, I'm just using the weight of the device, not even pressing on it. 1, 2, fingernail. There it is. Thing's junk. And he's taken off and the whole retreat done to it, which I can do when I feel it, man. Here we go, man. I'm gonna cure this before it happens. Come on, Fred. Come on. Come on, Mommy wants you. Come on, let's go. You need a drink anyway. Come on. Come on, Bobo. My neighbor's got a little white poodle and a chihuahua. And he got to walk his dog, no problem. But my beagles, and they're not barking to be vicious. They're barking because they want to play. Beagles. They get excited over everything. Dawson Oz makes a good magnet cut sword. Yeah, 13 inches at 900. Sweet 2A has been running one. That might be the one you're even talking about. He wants like 15 for it, but he marked it down one day or 13. I don't think anybody's bought it yet, but it is magnet cut. Blade on it, about like that. I think it's a Tano, but it kind of curves. I think, if I remember right, does it curve a little bit? It may not, but yeah, he's been trying to sell that. Now, knowing what I know about swords, I wouldn't buy a magnet cut bladed sword. Short sword, yeah. But, an actual full length, it's too brittle. Too brittle. It would just shatter. It would do bad things, and no. Yeah, have a good evening, Cliff. Didn't mean to skip over your comments as much, but company, gotta go. Okay. And the bears come knocking on the door? Deer? Bambi hunting you? You have a good day, Cliff. I'll talk to you later, probably. I guess Rob's going live tonight. I didn't think he would be, but he's got it marked up that he is, so see what happens there. I'm sure Kenman or somebody's live about now. But the Huntsman Katana is $18.50 to start and sold out. Yeah. Yeah, see, this one I got over here that I'm working on. So still got a lot of grinding to do. I got to downsize it. It's way too big. I got to take a taper from right here. I got to come down a little bit more. It's too thick right here. But and it ain't even ready yet. Yeah, it's straight. Where's that camera? There it is. She's straight. But yeah, I gotta Once I get that all down and then put the final edge on it, then she's got to get it dumped. This is going to be my backpack sword. It should be about right under 2 pounds when I'm done. Right now, she's running about 2.25. I'd like to get it right about 1.9 pounds. Might take a little off of this. But yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to use for a handle yet. I got some brule. I was thinking about using the brule. But I don't know if it should be big enough. I've had a piece of cherry brule that I got down the woods like 10 years ago. So it's cured. It's normalized, stabilized. I'm going to get that done this year. I've been working on this damn thing. Well, I haven't been working on it. It's been sitting pretty much in this configuration for about 5 years. My brother bought a house. Long story short, it came with some property, some buildings on it, and the one lower building had a 2-story garage where you drove in the front or went around back to the lower level and then through there. Well, he wasn't going to use the bottom half. So I said, hey, I need a shop. I got new neighbors with kids. I can't be out there beating next to their house. Oh, yeah. So we loaded all my shit up, drove it over there, got everything starting to set up. The only thing we had to do was run the wiring. And so I was running off extension cords. But anyway, I got everything set up and everything, and his daughter moved home, and they packed everything in there. There was really no way to even get in and out of there. So something happened, come up here, I don't know, over the winter. And I needed my tools, so my brother crammed his little butt in there and skivered away through everything and brought me what he could. I still got my bandsaw and everything over there, which I have to get, but I'm slowly getting back into making things. So once I start back up, where's my knife? Where'd you go, knife? I got a knife I'm working on too. Oh well, it was sitting right up here. It's here somewhere. I moved it, but I got a big old bushcraft knife that I'm working on too. All right, let's see what y'all got to say. Back up, Huntsman knives, katanas look crazy cool stuff. Yep. But the Huntsman Katana 1850 start, yeah. See, Rob was going live and Aries. Okay. American made katanas are very difficult to buy. Expensive, yeah. And everything, and it's gonna get worse. Especially if this war kicks off with China. Everything's gonna get really, 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 really bad in the knife community. What the hell happened here? Oh, never mind. I pushed the wrong button. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Bless is back. Hey, Bless, you're still here. I see you. Hey, Mick, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I don't know. I got to go over to the shop, though. I got to get my steel from a cross guard. I don't know if I'm going to go with a traditional round or what I'm going to do on that. It's not going to definitely be straight across. That would be ugly for this style of blade. I've always wanted a katana, but a real one, not something that's just going to, fail. First time I use it. Who the hell's... Oh, I know who this is. We have a visitor. Ruh-roh. I'm like, who the hell's coming here? Hey, what's going on, brother? see you. Look at you.
Appreciate it, man. I figured I was in the area. What the hell?
I was like, who the hell's in my... Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, how you doing?
Pretty good. Chair.
I know you haven't seen it yet.
Oh. I see something birdie. All right, everybody don't fall on the floor and gasp at once. Look at that. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's some pokey.
Man. Outstanding job, sir. Outstanding. $20 or $90?
Yeah, that's 90.
S90V? Okay, S90V. You see who's on there, right? Ooh, interesting clip. Your choice?
Mm-hmm.
That clip.
The only thing that's not my 100% choice on that entire knife is the only thing that's really wrong with it. That's the plunge ground. The plunge ground is supposed to be angled back towards the hilt, and it would have given a natural sharpening foil, but
Right,
they
right.
weren't able to machine the blade that way, so
Really?
it just,
I mean,
yeah, that's literally my only, and that's literally everybody's nitpick with the knife.
really,
That's-
people are actually bringing that up, huh?
oh, yeah.
Really?
But I don't give a shit.
It wouldn't bother me. First of all, you're not going to sharpen it that many
Yeah,
times.
it's S90. Just drop the shit. Shut up.
Yeah, right.
But nah, I mean, if people that bothers bad enough, they just cut their own sharpening tool into it. But
For those of you that haven't seen it, this is the B Saxy by Brian from BEDC, who is sitting next to me at the time right now.
I haven't been on freaking camera in
Oh, okay, there you go.
forever.
There he is. See? Same guy. We have proof. Wow, man, that is. I've been wanting to touch it.
Oh, keep it, play with it, hold it as long as you need it. I got 7 more at the house, so
Really?
yeah, just use it,
Okay.
have fun with it. When you're done with it, I'll come pick it up.
Alrighty then, sir. I will do that.
The one you'd like the most because it's green.
The green. Yeah.
That's one I've been doing that one every day for the last.
Dude,
3
that
months.
is so crazy how that comes out. The feel.
It was 15 years of thought went into that knife, man. People don't realize that.
Wow.
That knife did not happen overnight. That's 15 years.
Now, I remember you showing me what, a year and
5 years ago is the first time.
year and something ago.
5 years ago is the first time I ever told anybody about that knife. I showed a drawing I did. I actually drew the blade live on Maddie's Wednesday night stream 5 years ago, 4 years ago now probably. And then Dylan Mallory helped me draw the handle.
Matt Conklin says, DSSKS?
Hell yeah. Why not?
Oh, Brian. Henry G saying, hey.
And now you pull in and you're like, hey, time to get to see you again.
I know.
Yeah, I got some crazy neighbors.
I know, man. I feel you.
Let's go back up here a little bit.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
Should have put them in the living room.
Oh, they did a bark out there. I'll put a try. Get back.
Ranger, okay. Okay, that's before you got here. What's up, B? Mick says.
What up?
Awesome design, bro. That was from Mick.
Oh,
Mick,
man.
What up, Henry? Yes, okay. Oh, Brian. Henry to you. Very cool neighbor from Rachel. Oh, so how you been, man? Doing good. What you got on your neck? Bullet.
Oh yeah. That's my the urn. My parents' house.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I remember you saying something about that one day.
Yeah, no, we've been good, man. Just day by day.
Yeah,
Living
I
day
hear
by
you.
day.
Things.
Here, Peaches.
Our landlord, is our owner of the house
Yeah.
we've rented from for 19 years,
Here, Peach.
decided he's going to retire.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
And he switched everything over to this company.
Back up.
I don't know how much longer we're going to be here.
Yeah.
First of all, they're money hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And
corporations are.
my house isn't renting at what they think it should rent for.
Yep. So they would rather.
The one at the top of the hill you just drove by was $500 a month just a year ago,
Dirty shit about today.
and now it's $1,200. So it went from $500 to $1,200 a month
Yeah, you realize
in less than a year. And this is the people I got to deal with now.
Puppies gonna be mad at me for cheating on them.
So everybody still here?
Come on, Stinky.
No new comments? Am I still
Come
live?
here, Kiki girl.
Yeah, I guess. Still says I'm
I
live.
ran everybody off. I'm too ugly. That's why I stopped streaming. I'm too ugly for TV, man.
Nothing wrong with your lives and stuff, man. But yeah, I haven't. A couple.
You look good, though.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, your color, your face, everything.
Big change.
291 pounds lost.
How much?
291 total.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm down to.
I need to lose. I'm gaining so much weight. I'm feeling sick.
Yeah, as you mean her traded.
The secret is you find out you have thyroid cancer and figure out how to treat it.
Oh, I don't have that.
Oh, hello there.
He was just over there.
What is it?
It's a
Hopper?
one of those
Come
freaking-
on. I don't want to touch you. Because
Oh,
you got
caterpillar.
horns on you, and that means you're probably going to sting me
This
if I
thing is
touch you.
phenomenal, dudes.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
It's like, thank you.
It's smooth.
Caterpillar, some kind of caterpillar.
Yeah.
Where are
Gypsy
you
Mom,
that
not
the
Gypsy
rent
Mom.
is only $1,200? Yeah.
No shit.
It was only
Western North
700
Carolina.
when we went.
It's grandfathered in at this point.
Come on, Beach, back up.
Yeah, that's grandfather.
Stop. No, go that way.
We're like I was explaining to him. They've only raised the rent here a couple times, which is up to 200.
A 3-bedroom apartment in Hickory right now is $1,800.
18 a month for a
For a
3-bedroom
three-bedroom
apartment in Hickory.
In Hickory.
He turned
Houses in the 2 to 3
And I'm
bedroom
paying
range start
half
around
of that
$2,000.
for my house.
ridiculous. You're gonna go back inside.
Yeah, but Mama, I'm just wanting to see everybody.
I know.
She's like, I'm
She's
camera
up his
ready.
butt
She's like, I'm
constantly.
camera ready.
She's up his butt all the time.
I like the way he ramped that, and all the way to the end of the ramp
Who's
too
a
with the
good
jumping.
gal? Who's a good
Dude.
gal?
And then the one thing that is solely aesthetic on the entire knife is that little swedge right there on the front of the knife. No reason for that whatsoever, but it just looks fucking good.
Oh, right there, yeah.
The
Yeah.
swedge on the.
It would probably look not right if it wasn't there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's purely aesthetic on the entire knife. The blade shape is useful. The reason I use that blade shape, the reason it goes down to such a fine tip. The other people's nitpick or bitch about it is that it's a fragile tip. If you don't abuse the knife, it's not a fragile tip.
Right.
But the reason the Vikings used the Saxon to begin with is because it has a piercing tip
Yes.
that, when broken in battle, can easily be reshaped.
Yes.
All you got to do is grind down the spine of the knife and
Right.
reshape it.
And
That's
it was also made to go in the rings of the chainmail.
Yes. Yeah. But like I said, I mean, you look at the edge of you look at the knife. I mean, this is a perfectly flat line.
Yeah.
So literally, all you got to do is take this on a stone.
And
And you just reprofile it, and you get your tip back the way it was.
Yep.
You never lose, and you don't lose more than you need to on
Right.
the length of the blade,
Exactly.
and it continues to have that same feel to it,
That
the
thing
same look.
is phenomenal.
And then the way the design the handle to feel like to carry small but feel big. They
Mhm.
don't give a shit what size. I've given it to guys that wear 3X gloves, and it holds in their hand just fine. Guys that have extra small gloves, they don't give a shit. It's fine.
Plenty of room too for larger hands.
Full length fuller, so I don't care if you want to slow roll it, you can slow roll it.
Yep.
So you can use your thumb and just slow roll it. You can thumb flick it. You can go down further. See there you go down further on the fuller. You can slow roll it. Not fully contoured, but slightly contoured, so it doesn't feel like it's going to roll in your hand.
Right.
Bolster lock, so it's lefty friendly. I mean,
I like that one. I like that.
Animal front flipper that everybody can use. I've not met one single person that can't front flip it.
The way you did the lock here under that's the way I like these. I got one other knife that's similar to that. Was that the one you just got from
Me too. Well,
Weldon Care? Yeah.
well.
Well,
Miranda
bought it and donated it
in
to.
our thingy there.
A hidden agenda. I've always liked this knife.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the Tiny Dancer? Why it's named the Tiny Dancer?
I don't, but I can't remember. My brain just went blank. I was trying to remember who designed it.
It's just stout on the blade.
It's JB Stout.
Yeah.
JB Stout, I think. I cannot think of why. I'm trying to remember why. I remember hearing somebody tell me why they.
We were talking about it yesterday, and somebody said, "I like the knife. what is up with the name? I'm like, yeah, that's kind of an
They said
unusual
again
name.
Yesterday on my live, they were
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's a pussy name for a knife. I'm like, yeah, well,
1200. Let's see
it's
here.
still a badass knife, right way you look at it.
Bless EDC. Well, I would be at the soup kitchen every day.
Right?
Yeah, 25. Now, I understand. In California, it's more
They
than
need
that.
the soup kitchen. if you had a
$2,500 a month was end of the 80s.
No shit in this town to go to help out, except for the
Front
damn
flipper,
church box up
yeah. Yeah.
It is a very minimum, very functional
Yep.
front flipper.
It's kind of a hidden front flipper, to be honest. It doesn't really look like one, but yeah, no problem. And I don't front flip well. So
That's
to
what
do
I'm saying.
that,
People that don't front flip can front flip it.
yeah. And the way it's tapered, it really helps. Yeah, Mick. I definitely do. Yeah, I could sit here and fidget with this all day. The only thing that scares me is that tip.
How do you get a hold of a real person on YouTube?
Oh, for like to actually get support?
Yeah.
Talk to Lefty. I think he's the only person I've ever seen that's been able to get an actual person on
Yeah,
the
because he.
They won't give my money. They won't let us do it. I got over $500 on there. And because he's doing it with his ID, his taxes before when he was working, his driver's license was that. And it's written different in the second driver's license. So.
Create a PayPal account, your own PayPal account. Super simple. Get your own.
That's what he was doing.
Get your own, because the channel's in your name. Get your own PayPal account. Super simple to set up. So set up your PayPal account. But the problem is, if you have a new PayPal account, they'll hold your money for however long they decide to hold it. But you can do that and just have it done into your PayPal, or you can use a Zelle account. I think you can set it up through Zelle.
Yeah, I think they had that on that
If
list.
your bank has Zelle, you can use that. But PayPal is the easiest way. But if you're setting up a new account, then PayPal can and will hold your money for an indeterminate amount of time.
Yeah, spontaneous. There's two Lutheran churches side by side with the road that cuts between them, and the one on the left plays music all the time on the hour. What is it? So it'd be what, 6 o'clock? Yeah, 6 o'clock music bell, and then during Christmas they play Christmas carols. But it's like 1 block away from me, and it's used to have a tower with bells. Now it's on a loudspeaker on a recording. I miss that about living in the South. Yeah.
Frustrating.
See, I read your
From, like,
comments,
end of
Bless.
February to now.
Bless thought he was blocked because nobody could see him.
Who's that?
Bless EDC.
You talking about Donnie Bless or?
Mark,
Oh.
No,
frickin', yeah.
it's not Matt Maurer. It's
It ain't
what's your real name again, Bless?
G with a G. It's Graham? No.
No, not Gary.
Can't remember. They changed it. Like,
Thomas EDC Gates.
Thomas.
Yeah.
So, they always be changing up their names.
Everybody keeps changing their damn names. That used to be Thomas. Man, he's really rocking them bells today.
Somebody happy. Freaking burned my finger on Easter.
Yeah, you can. I live in a
Had such
really
bubble
small
on my
town.
finger.
I mean,
And I didn't
it's
pop it. I just let it go down, and it just went
it starts
down.
at Hardee's,
Plus the
one
over.
street light,
I never burned my
then
hands
the
in my whole
main
life, ever.
square right here,
No, it's
and then
crazy.
as you're leaving, there's one street light. So 3 street lights.
And being I use my hands.
1,100
work,
people in
on
the
videos and
city.
shit, I start freaking out.
So yeah,
Well,
it's
hopefully it'll
small.
go away.
Well, guys,
You
it's
guys
6
have a good
o'clock.
Easter?
Usually run an hour, but yeah,
Didn't really do much.
get back
I
soon.
worked.
Trying to think.
Yeah, I worked Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so I really didn't get to do shit Thursday.
My daughter and her husband.
As of right now, I
came
guess
over.
Mondays, 4
They were all
o'clock,
sick.
and then we'll
They
see
were
you on
sick.
Sunday. Barbie might be going live tomorrow or Wednesday.
Maybe whenever, if Rachel and
Oh, yeah.
I'll see. I'm gonna talk to her, see if she wants to.
Yeah, we're going to do some talking with some people, and she might be live tomorrow. If not, Wednesday probably. So, yeah, guys, take care. Thanks for coming in. Thanks
Matt
for hanging out.
Thompson his girlfriend and Rachel are coming over tomorrow. They were talking to me on the line. And they're like, we'll
I
take you out
grew
to
up in the
lunch. And I was
town
like,
in
okay, let's
Ozark
do it.
Mountains. Yep. Oh yeah, bless.
So
I
they're gonna
understand
drive
all
out
that.
here from, where are they
All
from?
right, guys.
Where's your
Maggie
town?
Valley.
Maggie Valley.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys. Love y'all, man.
Bye,
Thanks for coming.
guys.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Gonna do a circle.
Bye, guys.
Peace.